Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another Self-Working Saturday. Today I'm going to be teaching you a really old trick from the original Self-Working Card Tricks book by Carl Fulvus called Magic 13. I've reworked the original handling in the presentation to fit my style. Here I'm presenting you a sort of a gambling lucky number kind of routine, whereas the original focused more on two spectators. They both selected a card, and both their cards ended up in the same position in two piles. Pretty neat trick, but I think that you'll like this one as well, so let's get into it. Alright, so here's what the effect looks like. So it starts out with just a normal shuffled deck, and if you were here, you could actually push these cards in yourself to complete the shuffle, just like this, to make sure there's no funny business going on. Alright, so we'll try something out with the luck today to see how lucky we can get with these cards here. Alright, so as I run my thumb down like this, just say stop anytime. Alright, stop, maybe right there is fine. Now, professional gamblers and card sharks are quite mathematical when it comes to cheating. In fact, they use the number 13 to their advantage to cheat sometimes. All right, so we won't do any heavy lifting, but we'll just do the easy version today. All right, so we'll take 13 cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 cards. That could have been any 13 cards from really anywhere in the deck. All right, so what we'll do here is if I were to ask you, what would be the best card to get in a poker game, would be, you'd probably say something like aces. And I would normally agree with you. And so what we can do here is, now keep in mind, we shuffled the deck, we could have stopped anywhere, and we landed on these random sample of 13 cards. And this is how they use 13 to their advantage. We said ace, right? All we do is we spell A-C-E, which spells ace, and it would be kind of cool if on top of one of these packets was an ace. So point to any packet you want to, maybe that one right there. Let's see what we have here. There's an ace. But what if you had said maybe this one? Well, we also get an ace there. What about this one? There's an ace, and there's a final ace for all 4 aces from the number 13. Alright, so here's how you set this thing up. So you want to get the aces to where there's 2 black aces surrounding the red aces, or vice versa, it doesn't really matter, just as long as there's one color sandwiched in between the other colors. Even that doesn't matter, I'm just a little bit OCD, so the color thing really is, I guess, important to me. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to get these 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. Alright, so you just do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put the aces there. So you just put 4 random cards on top of the aces, and you're ready to go. So I like to start out with either the spectator OC shuffled cut, which is you give them the deck and you ask them to cut about a third there, and then give the rest of a mix, and then cut about half of those down to there besides those, and then mix the rest, and then you stack them up like this, which retains your top stock there with the aces. But, at the end, you can say you cut the deck, you shuffle the deck, and, it's very convincing. However, there's another option as well. You can do a self-working fall shuffle, which is quite amazing. You turn the deck face up, and you just start spreading over cards like this, and then turn them face down, drop those like that. Take the next batch, stagger them, so they're up-jogged, and keep doing this so it looks like the condition of a normal shuffle would be. Just like this, keep staggering cards like this, and when you get to the end, you can just push them in like this, and it looks like and it feels like a real shuffle, but it's not. All the cards are retained. It's a full deck fall shuffle. So a nice touch is after you do this, you ask them to actually push the cards in themselves. Thus, that way they feel like they actually participated in the mixing of the deck, which is kind of nice. So after the mixing procedure, you say, we're going to try something with the luck today. We're going to see how lucky we can get with these cards. And as you're saying that, you perform just an in the hands crosscut force, which looks like a riffle force, but it's very nice. So what you do is you say, look, just say stop as I riffle my thumb down. And they'll say stop maybe right here in the middle. And what you do is sort of like a Bobby Bernard false cut in the hand. So you swing over the top half, legitimately where they said stop, like this, and you just you really cut the deck, but it's you time delay. You say, look, the number 13 has a strange effect on a deck of cards, blah, blah, blah. And, mention the gamblers, how they use the number 13 to cheat, and with counting cards. It's all made up, none of it's true, but it sounds right. and then after you're talking for a minute or two, you come back to it and say, look, we'll use the easy version. We'll just take 13 cards off. So you just lift this up, you count 13 cards off this bottom packet, which is really the top packet where the setup is, but they forgot that, right? So you just lift that packet up and you count 13 cards, thumbing them off onto the table like this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 cards. And you slap those back on top and put the deck aside. Now, what you do here is you pick up all the cards, and you don't announce that you will deal the cards into 2 piles, because it's obvious that you're doing that anyway. So you don't call attention. You don't say that you're doing it. You don't call attention to it. You just do it. All right. So it's as you're doing it that you say, look, if we were playing cards, and it's important to note that you deal the first card to the left and then to the right. It's always left first, right second. So you pick the packet up and you say, if we were playing cards, which ones do you think would be the best cards to get in a poker game? And you finish your sentence as you deal the packets or deal the cards in 2 piles, and they'll always say aces. All right, so they say, oh, maybe the aces, and say, I would pretty much agree with that. And then you say, look, you just recap. You say, look, imagine or remember, you cut the deck, you shuffle the deck, you could have said stop anywhere. We took a random sample of 13 cards from a random spot in the deck, and you wanted aces, right? So all we do is spell the word ace like this. That's A-C-E, that spells ace, and all you're doing here is obviously lifting up cards from both packets at the same time, spelling ace like that. So at the end, there will obviously be an ace on top of each pile because of how the setup is. And you ask them, you say it would be kind of cool if on top of one of these packets would be an ace, right? And you ask them to just point to one. It doesn't matter which one they point to because they're all aces, right? So maybe they pick this one here. Let's see how well you did. Looks like you're kind of lucky. But what if you would have picked this one here? And you see you turn over that card. You see maybe this one here, turn over that one. And maybe that one there, turn over all 4 aces. Now I like this opposed to just doing them all at once. Say, you do the recap, you say, look, and we get all 4 aces, 1, 2, 3, 4. The climax is over really soon, and I think you can milk this moment for all it's worth, all right? So with the whole choosing of the one pile, and let's see how lucky you got. Doing it in stages I think is better than doing it all at once, in my opinion, but it's up to you. Alright guys, so as always, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I really hope that you like the trick, and I hope that you learned something new. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.